Hello, Ben.
Well. Good
Hello,
evening,
Ben.
John. How are we?
I'm doing all right.
Good. I'm glad you are. I'm running on nothing. I'm running on empty. I'm running on fumes. I'd not slept a wink last night, John. I'm raring to go.
It's because you're an arsehole.
I've got me Red Bull.
Yeah, it's because you're an arsehole, though.
Yeah, I'm okay. Sure. That's fine.
Well, you did that show, right?
Yeah, I did.
Which took everything out of you.
It did.
And then how long did you play Fortnite for? How long? How long, Ben?
I left them playing.
At what time did you leave them playing?
At 1:30.
Yeah. So, you know what? You've only your fucking self to blame.
Yeah, but I was laid up on my couch playing Fortnite. I was not in here.
In here is where it counts. Fucking retard.
Wow. Do you know what? I want to start off tonight reading you my list of what's happening on Twitter.
No, hold on. Before you go to Twitter, though, I want you to tell me what the fucking biggest news of the week has been.
Well, it depends.
No, it doesn't depend. It does not depend. There is only one fucking item in the news this week, and I think you're just about to expose it to them.
What?
The biggest news this fucking year, in fact, probably, that's happened on Twitter.
It is good news, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but it's a revelation from the divine John.
I've got my account back, John.
I now, Ben. Yeah. Right, now you can read me the fucking Twitter trending topics.
So, I'm going to read you a list of 5 that are there for me. Right, so entertainment. Happy birthday, Tubbo. Right?
Okay.
Politics trending. Lawrence Fox.
Oh, yeah, right.
Trending in the
We'll get to Lawrence Fox in a minute. Yeah.
Trending in the United Kingdom. Rage Against the Machine. Politics trending. Scotland. Trending in the United Kingdom. Timmy Mallet.
What's Timmy Mallet done?
I don't fucking know.
Well, find out. Let's find out. What has Timmy Mallet done?
Has he made himself relevant again?
Has he been caught diddling something?
Yes, maybe. Timmy Mallet. Hidden in Loft is tape from 1985 of Terry Hall presenting his personal favourite hits and sharing. Oh, it's something to do with his dead mate, I think.
Is that it?
Yeah, look, there we go.
His mate died?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
But, oh yeah, look how well I've lined that up with Twitter. It looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah, that looks good.
It does look good. Adam, it looks good. Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'd like to welcome one and all to this Friday night's all-in show with me, Ben, and John. And, oh no, it's just with me, John, and Ben.
You just called yourself Ben.
No, with me, John, and Ben.
You said with
and
me.
With me, Ben, and John. So I'm trying to make out there might be 3 of us, but there isn't! Because Adam's all poorly.
He's got the sniffles, John.
Yeah, he's got a fucking cold. What he really needs is a set of boys.
I love you, Adam. Wherever you are. Wherever you are. But he said to
He'll
us...
be weeping gently into his pillow as he goes, oh, the pain, I'm in agony. Come here for sympathy? Get none.
I mean, it's pretty harsh, man. It's not
but
very
accurate.
all you're doing is creating a chat full of Adam supporters. You know that, right?
Yeah, we're going to have that anyway.
Yeah.
And, I mean, let's face it, after his freaking Grindr expose picture, we're going to be flooded with the homosexuals.
Yeah, well, maybe that was by design.
May well be. May well be.
Maybe it was.
And don't get me wrong, I'm nothing against the homosexuals. I'm just saying Adam is obviously a magnet for them.
He's a good-looking boy.
Yeah, yeah. One could say he's a fanny magnet, but he's not, is he?
Jesus Christ. How many minutes into this are we? 6.
Leave Adam alone. Now, if Adam was here, he could defend himself. If he wants to come on and defend himself, come ahead.
Do you know what I want to see? I want to see videos on social media from the troll room, right? Them doing the Leave Britney Alone. Remember the Leave Britney Alone?
Yeah, leave Adam alone.
Leave Adam alone!
I think you should start a trend. Start a campaign. Leave Adam alone.
Leave
Horrible bad
Adam
man. No hearty words against Adam.
Leave Adam alone!
Trudy says she's getting a Rise mug.
Ah, lovely. We got that. We got one of those, haven't we?
Yeah, well, it's probably you that managed to get her one.
Well, I didn't say.
Did you not say it to Sonia? I thought you did.
Not yet.
Oh, Big Mo is looking after me. Right, so obviously it's come from Mohammed. Yeah.
But they've all come from Mohammed. I got a letter.
Well, yeah, I know. I mean, but Sonia's like, hey, I'm going to send you boys a Rise mug. Are you fuck? You get Mohammed to send us one.
Love you, Sonia.
Yeah, of course we love you.
I can't tell you how many drinks he's already had.
I haven't had any. This is my first one.
Oh, wow.
Cheers.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Well, I've got to. I mean, I couldn't get anything out vocally last night because I wasn't part of the show per se. Per se. Trudy says no. I made a B&T mug.
She did. I saw it. I saw it on Twitter.
Right, okay.
I saw it on Twitter from my Twitter account, Trudy, which I have back, Trudy. Saw it on Twitter.
Twitter.
Saw it.
Okay, so you got your Twitter account back. Where the fuck's mine? Where's mine, Elon, huh? You twat.
Where's his account, Elon? Where's his account?
What's going on with Elon? I heard that thing about Elon. I heard them on a space going on about how much money Twitter was losing. Okay, so he said it was on track to lose $6 billion next year before he took over. And the revenue is on track to bring in about 3. So that's a negative 3 billion. They've only got 1 billion in cash. So Twitter would be minus 2 billion in the hole. That would not exist. So Twitter, so he says with the cuts he's made and the turnaround and the $8 thing and all that, he reckons it's on track now for next year to be break even.
Well, break even's better than
Well, break-even's freaking fantastic. First year in a new business. Because effectively it's a new business. Did you see the tweet from Mr. Beast?
What, the one about wanting to be CEO?
The one about his first actions as CEO?
What, to make people want to use it as a video sharing website?
Yeah, yeah. What do you think? And Elon said, perhaps not out of the question.
But the thing is, first of all...
Because he said, can I be the CEO, Elon? And he said, perhaps not out of the question.
Yeah, but first of all, Jimmy ain't got time to be the CEO of Twitter. Just like Elon doesn't really have time to be the CEO of Twitter. The only way Jimmy has time to be CEO of Twitter is if he gives up Mr. Beast.
Yeah, that's true.
So...
That's true.
It's only going to be hyperbole on Twitter and a bit of a joke as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. He's probably just putting his aura in to like raise the profile, because if Musk is out of the news for any more than 24 hours, he obviously takes it as a personal slight these days.
Yeah, he does. I mean, I haven't seen him in my trending tab yet, and I've been out here for an hour. It's
that's unusual, isn't it?
Very, very unusual. I mean, it keeps updating. Now we've got Jeremy Clarkson's Megan in there. Jeremy Clarkson's Megan.
Uh-huh.
And happy birthday, Laura. Who's Laura, and why? Why is Twitter collectively wishing her a happy birthday? Should we find out?
Go on if you want.
Go on then. Right. So first thing is anime boobs. Look. That's the first thing. So roses are red, violets are blue. Okay, no, I'm not going to keep reading that. Just not.
Yeah, I'd give up. It's just an anime thing with lots of things.
No, it looks like it's someone called Laura's birthday, or many people called Laura's birthday.
Well, it will be, because there are billions of people in the world, and there will be probably thousands, if not millions, called Laura.
Yeah, but happy birthday, Laura's mum. But this is actually trending. Like, happy birthday, Laura. It's trending. Don't ask me why.
Yeah, okay. Right, let's stop looking at trends.
I mean, you don't see happy birthday fucking Jeff trending, do you?
Well, you don't normally see happy birthday anything trending, right? But here's a question for you. And I was thinking of opening the show with a prayer. You know, to the science.
Shut up already. It's science.
Right.
But I don't know if I can anymore in Britain.
Yeah, I'm not going down that road.
You're not going to pray?
No, I'm not. I know where you're going with this.
What do you mean you're not going down that road?
Well, okay, let's go down that road. Take me down that road.
Well, the reported tweet was that a woman was arrested for inwardly praying in an excluded zone where praying is not allowed.
That's not what happened.
What happened?
So, I'm not defending either side here, by the way.
I'm genuinely asking what happened, because, I mean, the legislation is scary, because the legislation actually does say...
Yes, it does, right?
That you're not allowed to basically pray.
But what I would like to do is give some context to the situation, right? So we do need to look at a situation in full context. It's not just about prohibited praying.
Go on, I'm asking.
She had been asked several times, because she'd been staging a protest there for some time. She'd been asked several times to move and stop staging that protest there. Right? And because of these prohibitions, they're allowed to do that, right? Especially if they're religious. And they simply use the praying thing as a loophole to get her out of the way when they've been trying to move her all day.
No, I can't accept that. They don't need to use the praying thing as a loophole to get her out of the way, because the legislation's quite clear. If she's been asked to move and she doesn't move, they can arrest her.
Not really, because they have...
Yes, they can. They don't need to fucking jump something up about her praying. But if she's been asked to remove herself from the place after being asked, and she doesn't go, they are allowed to remove her, right? But that's not what happened.
But
they arrested her for praying. And even then, it seems that they maybe have overstepped the authority there, because she didn't confirm that she actually was praying. All she said was, I might have been.
Yeah, I might have been praying in my own head.
Yeah, I might have been. That doesn't mean you were.
Well, this is why I say I'm not defending either side here, because once again, it's one of those stories, isn't it? You see one side of it on social media, you see one framed angle of it on social media, and it causes a ruckus and it kicks everybody up, and you've gone along with those people as well, because you're asking the question, are you allowed to pray? Blah, 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 right? It's ridiculous that the situation is even being played out in front of us, first of all. But second of all, every time this sort of thing happens, people fall into a trap. And it can happen on any side of the political spectrum. People fall into the same trap with woke ideology, and people fall into this trap here. You see a video, a short clip of something happening, you get your goat up, and then you go to town on it. And, you know...
Yeah. But the thing is, if it happened, right, there's probably evidence to say it did happen...
Right.
Okay. And if it has happened as described...
Which I'm not sure it has.
Right, okay. But if it has... Let's take it on face value. Let's say it's happened as described.
Yeah.
Right? Then, again, we're in the position where the law has effectively made itself a fucking arsehole. Because
you're not wrong.
You know, because the law is putting things in place that it can't properly enforce.
You're absolutely correct. And And I'm so tired. I'm trying to work out where my brain's just hit a stuttering brick wall here. But you're absolutely right. And but we shouldn't be busying our time with things like this, really. Right? It's all distractions,
Right.
isn't it?
Yeah, yes, I know they're distractions, but these things are important because these things are like, this is almost a bit like Minority Report.
Oh, you're not wrong. Once again, you're not wrong.
And it leads us to how far can the government and its bully boys go in order to control you? Because it seems that every step, every day, every week, every second, every month, they get further and further into our lives and control us more and more and more, and people still accept it.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, the entire purview, the entire reason for us having police is gone, right?
Yeah.
Police were there to protect us from crime. That was their duty. And what they've done is they have bastardized and extended what the definition of a crime could be to the point where we have thought police.
Well, yes, you're right, and I'll agree with you there, but I take slight exception on what the police were originally there for, because I think originally the police were effectively there to protect property.
Yeah, probably.
You know, and protecting people came as a kind of afterthought, because really life's cheap. And they don't really want to protect lives, but property's expensive and harder to replace. I mean, you see how easy it is to replace people. You just let 40, 50, 60, 100,000 in over the border, you know, and you've replaced, 100,000 people like that.
Yeah.
So it's dead easy to replace people. So as your source of, as your human resource, right? And there's a good term, isn't it? Because it used to be personnel, but now it's human resources, right? So your human resources are easily replaced, but your actual physical things aren't. And when you break the windows of Barclays Bank and get sentenced to the jail for it, but you can stomp in someone's head and bring them to the point where they're nearly dead and get probation or community service.
Or if you're a police officer, a promotion.
Yeah. So don't ever tell me the police are there to protect people, because they just don't do it.
I mean, they definitely aren't now. Even if they ever were, they definitely aren't now. And like I said, the idea of what constitutes a crime is just so ridiculous now. I mean, when you see people calling for Jeremy Clarkson to be put in prison for hate crimes, and that genuinely happened yesterday on Twitter. Right?
Yeah, but I know, I saw it, and this is us back into the point where we have all these woke idiots going, hearty words, can't use them, and working on assumptions and misconceptions of what the guys actually said or done.
Well, listen.
I'm listening.
The people that scream "hurty words, you must be punished, you must be prosecuted." They are infants. They are infants.
Well, we're back to my theory.
They don't have the cognitive or emotional capacity to deal with negative criticism. So they have to attack. And that's what hurty words is going on the attack. It's fight or flight, isn't it? Because they don't know how to deal with it. They don't know how to handle it. Now, I'm not going to say I do, because autism and things like that, but I think I can do it a damn sight better than they can, right?
Yeah.
But they have never,
you know
never.
Right, go on.
They have never been told the word no, so that's one big problem. They have helicopter parents, because we now live in a society where it takes two parents on a full-time wage to bring up, to pay all the bills. So we have what's called helicopter parents, who sort of hover on the periphery because they're never home. And so,
yeah, well, that's true. That's true, because it used to be in the 50s and 60s. The mother always stayed at home and looked after the kids. If you were having a family, you stayed at home and brought the kids up.
Can't do that now.
And that was the deal. And people will fucking go nuts at me saying that, because why should women have to bring up the kids? Hold on. who had the child? Whose child is it, effectively?
And when you
it might be a joint decision, but this is a joint decision that was worked out at the time by the man and the woman that had the children.
Well, exactly.
Right?
But this is
and they thought this was the best way to do it. And you know what? They maybe weren't wrong, right? Now, if you want equality and you want to go to work and you want to be in the workplace and you want to do all that, that's fine, right? But you cannot have your cake and eat it, right? And still think everything's going to be the same. You just can't do it.
And all of these lobbying groups that, pushed for this so-called equality, and I say so-called equality because all we've done is make it so that we equally have to kill ourselves in the workplace. That's all we've done, right? But those people never did look at each couple, each family, each household on an individual basis, because I guarantee you a lot of the women in the 50s and 60s wanted to be where they were. They wanted to be bringing up the kids. Now, I'm not speaking for them, and I'm not saying that they all did. What I'm saying is I can guarantee you that there were many that liked the position they were in. They could stay at home, raise the kids, look after the kids, and have everything provided for them. What's not to like?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just... people will call me sexist for saying that.
This isn't a misogynist argument. It's not saying the little women's kept at home. What it's saying is it's a fucking partnership, because that's what it was.
And what I'm also saying is they've taken away choice.
Yeah, they have, because you can't really do that these days, because you can't afford to. You need to be earning an awful lot of money before you can start doing that.
But you cannot do that anymore. The choice is gone. What they ended up doing by pushing women into the workforce equally was driving down wages, because a whole new nearly 50% of the population became opened up to the workforce. And there we go. We can have more workers for less money. And it's not just paying the women less, because they talk about the gender pay gap, and I say that like that because, for the last 40 years in this country, gender pay gap has been illegal. Just letting you know that, because it's not real. And this is someone who's got qualifications in this sector, by the way. There is no gender pay gap in the UK. But what they well, no. It's illegal to pay a man and a woman a different wage for the same job in this country. It has been for 40 years, right? But that's where I will say
there exist circumstances in which people get paid different wages for doing the same job, but those aren't based on gender. They're based on time and post, skill
experience,
sets, exactly that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, when you open up, basically a 100% growth in the workforce, because if you're adding 50% of the population, you're looking at a 100% growth in the workforce.
Yeah, you've doubled your workforce. Yeah,
you're looking at potential. You're not just paying the women less, you're driving down the wages for everyone. Yeah. You're driving everybody's wages down. And that's what happened. In real terms, they could halve the wages and still pay the same and get double the workforce for the same amount of money. And that's what happened. And that's what happened when we pushed 50% of the population into work with no option. Because let's face it, women and men are frowned upon, no matter what Western nation they're in, if they're not in the workforce. They're frowned upon. It's not. Yeah,
they're looked down upon, and that's not a question of gender or anything like that. That's just a societal thing.
It's a class thing, right?
Yeah, and it's been driven from the top, because they were never looked down upon before for staying at home and watching kids.
No, they weren't. It was the norm. It was the norm. It was the the nuclear family, the 2.4 children, all of that. And that's how the perfect suburban life was portrayed. And all we're doing now is we're taking that strong family unit, mother, father, children, boy, girl, boy, girl, girl, whatever, mother, father, children. We're taking that strong family unit and we're saying that is bad. That is wrong. And yet, when we look at the evidence and we look at the studies, children that come out of that type of household do way better than children who come out of, say, a helicopter parent household or a divorced parent household. So you can only deduce from this, and people
on average.
well, yeah, on average, yeah. But you can only deduce from this that people who are targeting that sort of lifestyle know exactly what they're doing. And they're trying to tear down the traditional strong family unit, right? And people might disagree with me here, but you know, I don't care if you're a man and a woman, or a man and a man, or a woman and a woman, right? I don't care. But if you are in a strong relationship and you've got a house together, and you know, through whatever circumstances you come to have children under your purview, there should be a way that one parent can stay home and look after the kids and raise the kids and make sure that the house is, you know, good for them and the kids are having a good life. That option should be there. But we're told it's wrong.
Yeah. Speaking about kids having a good life, right?
Are we talking about Lawrence here?
Huh?
I was going to say, are we moving this onto Lawrence Fox?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Well, you think kids should have a good life, and they should be protected from certain things happening to them while they're young. In fact, one of those things is a lot of them believe in Father Christmas, you know, Santa Claus, St. Nick, Kris Kringle, whatever you want to call them. A lot of them believe in that.
My kids do.
Yeah. So why the fuck would you dress as the Grinch and go in and in front of your kids start taking the presents away and say Christmas is cancelled? Those kids, I mean, I've got to give the boy full credit, the oldest one, because he jumps up and he starts going at the Grinch, right? He starts knocking shit out of him. Yeah. So why would you do that? Because that will traumatize those kids. I think it's cruel and unusual punishment. Do not show that video on YouTube.
I won't,
because they will pull the channel for that.
See, I don't think they will, because I think
they will.
I think that's why the video was created.
No, you do not put that video on YouTube, because
I mean, I'm not going to do it. But
the last time I did one, remember the nursery where the adults were dressing up as Halloween and scaring the kids with a scream mask. If I can pull the channel for that channel will get binned.
Yeah, no, but if you
wasn't this channel, luckily, because I put it on another channel to start with.
But what I will say is this. There are kids channels, quote unquote kids channels on the old YouTubes that do nothing but make videos about the Grinch and stealing Christmas and get family members to dress up as all of that.
But they don't show kids in that kind of turmoil, surely.
Well,
those
like
kids
I said,
were distressed.
But why do you think that video was made? For likes, clicks, retweets.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, I know, but imagine doing that. Well, and that's why it shouldn't be shown. It shouldn't be shown on YouTube, because it's exploitative, and it's like, why the hell would you do that to your kids for clicks and shits and giggles? Basically, that's what they did it for. Yeah,
and I don't understand it myself. Even if your kids are little shits, and my kids, Jesus Christ, they're little shits, right? You don't go out of your way to purposely distress them. You just don't.
No, you don't. I mean, I just found it absolutely disgusting. It really was. And Trudy's right. It was child abuse.
Yeah.
It was child abuse.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of child abuse, before we're not even going to get to Loza yet. Right? Speaking of child abuse, let's go to Canada.
Speaking of show abuse, turn your fucking speakers on. But yeah, let's go to Canada.
My speakers are off, mate.
Off. I just heard myself through your speakers.
No, my speakers have been off the whole time.
Am I just really, really tired and I'm starting
to
hallucinate?
Have you got reverb still on?
No.
Okay.
And I didn't have reverb in my own monitors anyway.
Okay, right. Well, my speakers have been off the whole time.
Okay.
So, let's go to Canada, okay?
Yeah, let's go. Oh, Canada!
Where we have Chief Health Officer, Mrs. Van Tam.
Theresa Tam.
Oh, sorry, not Van Tam, just Tam, but related to?
I don't think so.
No?
No.
Okay, we need to check that one out, because I think there might be a relationship in there somewhere.
Oh, wow. I'm the one got the monsoon going on right now. Wow.
Yeah, it's raining here as well. Right, so she's having an interview on TV with Mrs. Claus.
Yeah.
And Mrs. Claus is saying, all the good little children in Canada that have had
Well, hold on. Because through the magic of pressing number 8, we can just watch it.
Well, let's watch it.
Do you want me to share my audio with you?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, okay, give me a second. I will share you my audio. Computer sound only. There we go. So through the magic of watching Twitter, here is Teresa Tam's video, ladies and gentlemen.
But for a few minutes at a time to let in some.
Hold on.
Well, kids, I'm just doing my yearly call to the North Pole for Santa's holiday health check.
Why, hello, Dr. Tam.
Mrs. Claus, so good to see you again. Where did Santa go?
Oh, Santa was late for snow yoga with the elves and reindeer. He says it's great cross-training for sleigh driving.
Sounds fun. Are you all set for the
Mrs. Claus is Canadian, is she?
Eh? You think? Yeah.
Mrs. Claus is Canadian, eh?
Well, and obviously the Chief Health Minister of Japan is Chinese.
Of Canada, yeah. No, Teresa.
I just make yearly call to North Pole. I order beef curry flight like. Oh no, wrong North Pole. Yes, we will mock your accent.
Yes, we will. Anybody, by the way, that's anybody. Anybody. Don't think you're getting away with it because you're Italian. Hey man, it's me, Amalio. Spicy meatball, pasta pepperoni.
She doesn't sound Irish. She's definitely Canadian. Right, carry on.
Anyway, and also I've got to give an F for the acting.
Oh,
it's fucking. Oh. Did you see her? Did you see her dialing the air? Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, I did.
Holiday season?
Of course. I must say, Dr. Tam, it just warms my heart to see everyone in Canada, especially kids, working so hard to keep the holidays safe and cheerful for all.
So am I, Mrs. Claus. Every child in Canada has definitely earned a place on the nice list. Their parents and caregivers, too. It's been a tough season with lots of viruses making people sick.
Thankfully, Santa and I are feeling as healthy as ever. We are both up to date with our vaccinations, including COVID boosters and flu shots.
Who's Heather?
I don't know. Canadian
Dr. Tam.
Canadian Mrs. Claus.
Dr. Tam reminds me of the salt sucker from Star Trek.
Nope. I'm not with you.
I'll pull up a picture and send it to you.
And I can put it on screen. Oh.
Yeah.
Send it on to Twitters. Shalini, I'm with you. We're gonna try and power on for it, right? But Canadian Mrs. Claus, she's trying. Like, I gotta give credit where credit's due. She's trying. It's obviously a man behind the other side of the camera going, read it,
yeah.
Read it, read it. Read it. Me and Mr. Claus, me and Santa are up to date on our COVID boosters, eh? Right, let's go again.
That's so good to hear.
I always tell Santa to make a list and check it twice.
Twice.
1, stay up to date on your vaccinations. 2, wear a mask in crowded indoor places.
Why, Mrs. Claus? Why?
We're a mask in crowded indoor places.
Nice and snug. 3,
why?
Wash your hands to the tune of jingle bells, jingle all the way.
There really is somebody the other side of the camera going, read it. Jingle bells.
Jingle bells. Jingle all the way.
Help me. Jingle bells.
Make this. Do the hand thing. Do the hand thing.
Mrs. Claus, if you are really being held hostage in front of a green screen, do the hand sign.
Oh, fuck off.
Great advice.
Great advice, Mrs. Claus.
Also, you can be sure to stay at home if you're feeling sick. And if you're gathering indoors with other people or elves, open a door or a window for a few minutes at a time to let in some
A
fresh
full
air.
minute.
For a few minutes at a time, open door, let in fresh air. Yeah, no, it's fucking winter and it's Canada. They let in fresh air for a few minutes, you turn around, the party will be frozen fucking solid like statue.
Yeah, minus 40 in places.
Yeah!
And they've got a cold bomb coming at the moment, you know, one of these things have come down from the Arctic.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be fucked if they open the window.
Let's try and finish this, shall we? Let's just
Let's try and finish it. Okay, get out of the way.
There's only 20 seconds left.
The more items
20
you check off
seconds.
the list, the more protected you are.
Yes, you can think of it like decorating a tree. You need tinsel, lights, ornaments, and
She
stars.
does look like she's being
The
held
tree
hostage.
is at its best when all the decorations are up and nicely layered.
Thanks, Mrs. Claus. Happy holidays, everyone.
No. Merry Christmas. You
Merry
filthy-
Christmas, one and all. To all of you, go cheer!
Canada!
Show me the salt vampire, Ben. Show me the salt vampire.
Have you sent me it?
Yeah, it's in the Twitter chat.
Give me a sec. I see it.
I think you'll find the similarity disturbing.
Yeah, it really is. Look. Hold on. Give me a sec. There we go. You can't see the whole thing, but you can definitely see it. It's there. It's there. It's there. Do you know what? I really hate happy holidays as well. I understand there are a bunch of holidays around this season, right? You know, Hanukkah.
Yeah, okay. But right, well, hold on. Let's cut to the chase here.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw some tweet earlier as well. Somebody was making a fool of it because they were saying they were Muslims and they didn't celebrate Christmas, and they like seeing the lights, but really you would need to tone it down because it could be quite offensive.
No.
Fuck off!
No offense, but if you want us to tone it down, go somewhere where they don't celebrate it.
Yeah, you don't celebrate Christmas, don't celebrate Christmas. But you don't tell other people what to do when you fucking impose all your religious holidays on us.
Right,
and they are imposed on us by our government, no less. Because I don't celebrate. I mean, what the fucking hell? Who called a holiday head? No, not head. Eid. Who the fucking calls a holiday that? Ramadan. How can you make a holiday out of fasting for like during the daylight hours and then eating like a fucking pig all night, right? I mean, who can make a holiday out of that? I mean, they have some bloody bizarre holidays, don't they?
You know what? I don't care. People can celebrate whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, but don't foist it on others.
Yeah, don't foist it on others. But then if you're going to a society that traditionally celebrates Christmas, then don't expect them to tone it down. It's as simple as that. If you don't like it, don't be there.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you move to a Christian country, you got to expect that there are going to be Christian things happen in it, right? Like Easter, okay? You know, like Christmas. Now, if I moved to Saudi Arabia, I would not be expecting to celebrate Christmas out with my own personal space.
No. Right. But still, and this is coming from, you know, me and John, and, you know, cards on the table here, we are fucking godless heathens. We are.
But
right?
I'm perfectly entitled to celebrate Christmas.
Yeah.
I live in a Christian country and I'm entitled to celebrate Christmas.
We don't celebrate Christmas for the reason that the religions or the Christians do, but we just see it as a lovely time to do some lights, have some family togetherness, buy some gifts and...
Hold on a minute. You don't know anything about me, really. I mean, I might be practicing Saturnalia.
No, you're not.
I might be. You don't know.
John, I do.
I might be a pagan.
No.
I might be a pagan.
No, you might not.
I might be.
Shalini says, is John going to Mass on Sunday?
Mass? I'm not a Catholic. Or as they say up here, I'm not a Catholic.
but let's face it.
And yeah, we don't do. See, in England, do you guys, even if you're not Catholics, do you still call religious services Mass at times? No.
Well, no, we call Catholic mass.
Right. What about when you do this Anglican thing?
No.
Wait, I mean some of the Anglican services are.
We call it going to church, mate.
Yeah, but it's very, very like Catholic services. See,
Yeah,
when
but-
you go to a regular church up here, it's nothing like a Catholic service. But I've been to a few things. I've got relatives that live in England. I've been to a few things in England, like weddings and stuff like that, and funerals. And bloody hell, it's like a Catholic job. You know, it goes on for hours.
Yeah.
You know, the regular church
Why
services
do
are
you,
like
why
that
do
in
you
Scotland.
think? Why do you think I had a godless heathen marriage? The registry
Yeah,
office,
yeah,
mate.
no, that's fine. But so actually, Anglicised Christianity is very similar to Catholics.
Yeah, probably. So Shalini says she's a lapsed Catholic.
Yeah, most
And
Catholics
I think Trudy
these
is
days.
Catholic. Says I don't care what anyone is. If they're nice to me, I'm nice to them. I'm Catholic. And once again, just because we're godless heathens doesn't mean you have to be. Right.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Beats Crates has brought up a subject that's close to my heart.
Yeah, we couldn't afford. We did try, didn't we?
I've been going on all year about we need a dwarf.
Well, judging by this,
Have I not been? I mean, have I not? In our meetings, I must bring up dwarf at least once a month.
Once a month. At least once a fucking day, John. Once a fucking... He doesn't stop. He doesn't stop.
I think a dwarf's a big money draw. A big draw. I think a dwarf's something to go for.
Just
Right,
use me, for fuck's sake. I'm tiny.
So that's me. I'm finished with the children. Okay, I've finished abusing the children tonight. Or I'm finished pointing out the abuse of children tonight. What about Loza Fox? Has he been abusing children?
Well, no, he's been... Have you seen what the controversy that he's in? Do you know the
that spoof
controversy?
video that he did.
No.
What?
No.
Not the spoof video. Not the one where he's singing.
No, Lawrence Fox put out a tweet in response to... because this woman was arrested yesterday outside of an abortion clinic.
The abortion tweet.
Mm.
Yeah, I saw that.
So this is why Lawrence Fox is trending. Now I'm going to change a few words in this as we go, right? But Lawrence Fox tweeted, because I can't read some of these out on YouTube. That's why, right? So Lawrence Fox tweeted, "A woman who willingly aborts a child should be regarded in exactly the same way as a man who willingly commits the R word. Heinous crimes, both. Discuss."
Right, so he's not in favour of bodily autonomy.
Well, once again, this is a very nuanced conversation to have.
Well, right, okay. I'm going to ask you questions that are not nuanced at all.
Go on then.
Are you in favour of bodily autonomy?
Yes.
Do you have restrictions on who is that bodily autonomy is applicable to?
No.
Right. Therefore, if a woman chooses to not have a child, whose choice is it?
Well, it always is going to be hers. Doesn't mean I have to agree with that choice, but I would never take that choice away.
I'm not asking you to agree with it. I'm only asking you whose choice it is and whose body it is, right? So if she chooses to terminate for whatever reason, and that's her choice, then should it matter that anyone disagrees with her, or two, should the state be entitled to step in?
Okay, once again, I think there is a nuanced position to take here. And I'll tell you what that nuanced position is. That when the fetus, as they call it, is at a point of self-awareness, so maybe 18 to 20 weeks.
Well,
that's a different story.
Right, okay. So let's say we have, what is it just now, 26 weeks or something like that?
I think 26 weeks, yeah.
Right, so if it's 26 weeks, okay, that sounds fair, right? If the fetus is self-aware, right? And that's going to be hard to determine, I suppose, but I'm sure they've done something. Right, so 26 weeks. So up to that point, what she chooses to do is up to her.
No, self-awareness probably comes at around the 18-week mark.
Well, that's not your abortion limit.
No, and it should the abortion limit should
Well,
because
I don't know.
well because a baby can quite often now survive on its own at 26 weeks.
Yeah, well, on its own.
Well, with medical
with
supervision.
assistance.
Yeah.
So not on its own. Right.
But you know what I mean.
Its lungs aren't properly formed at 26 weeks, and kids that are premature don't tend to do well.
And this is
in
why
later life.
This is why I say it's a nuanced position. Yeah, because let's look at my personal perspective here. Is that I don't like the idea of terminating life, but then I also have to juxtapose that against the idea of taking away bodily autonomy decisions from women, or anybody for that matter, not just in this position. Because if you start going down on one, if you start saying this person can't have bodily autonomy, then that opens the gates to say that person can't have bodily autonomy. And it's once again just another slippery slope. So whilst I personally do not like the idea, that does not mean that I would want to ban it, right? This is where people like Jacob Rees-Mogg have got it wrong, because if they were in charge and they got their way, they'd go full scorched earth, Catholic banning of abortion, and I don't think. I think so. I do.
Okay.
But I don't think that helps anybody, because, like I said, if we can justify taking away bodily autonomy from one person, then the justifications can be found for the next person. And it's just not on, as far as I'm concerned. Now, once again...
Right, so Fox is effectively made it a two...
He has not included any nuance here.
Yeah, he's gone too far.
He's made it extremely black and white, and
it's not as black and white as that. But
no, it's not.
Having said that, the two acts don't compare.
No.
One's using forced physical violence or mental violence or the threat of violence or some form of coercion to achieve their aim, right?
Well, to achieve sexual gratification, mostly.
Yeah, and that's a completely different ballgame.
Absolutely.
From what a woman's doing. Surely.
Absolutely. And I mean, each person, and this is why, once again, it's nuanced, because each person has their own reasons. And those reasons could be up to and including something like an ectopic pregnancy, where it's formed in a fallopian tube outside of the womb. And if you continue to carry that pregnancy, you will die. Right? Yeah. So then you've got to balance that kind of decision. And
well, right.
Victims of the R word.
Vaughn says it's still killing a baby when it's all said and done, though, is it not? Well, wait, put it this way, Vaughn, right? If someone's got a coil, or even the contraceptive pill, there are cases the egg can still be fertilized and start to divide.
Yeah.
So effectively, you have achieved life, but the coil stops it implanting in the uterus, so it can't grow properly and it gets expunged. The pill, people can be on the pill and actually still get pregnant and have a child.
Look, once again, this is a slippery slope, isn't it? Because once you've brought in the justification to ban abortion, you can then bring in the justification to start banning the contraception. And I'm not here to take anybody's choice away, but I will not shy away from my own personal feelings, but my own personal feelings do not counter into it.
Well,
because
Sorry, I'm just saying, Vaughn, but no, that is intentional, Vaughn. If you've got a coil or you take the contraceptive pill, that is intentional. You are effectively aborting any possibility of having children that month.
And that's a really I'm really sorry to read that, truly. It is possible. Now, am I turning around and saying that you're evil for doing it? No, I'm not. I think people do things for their own reasons.
No judgment.
No judgment at all. Sometimes those reasons are wholly selfish, and sometimes those reasons are wholly selfless. It's there's no two situations going to be exactly the same. Vaughan says, once you say that self-awareness is the limit, then the argument goes about to a 6-month-old baby too. Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's got a point. So, I mean, that I wasn't arguing from a position of strength. Okay, I was going along what you were saying about fetuses being self-aware. I haven't really looked into it, so maybe I should just keep my mouth shut. But yeah, well, if it's going to be 6 months before they're self-aware, then I would say that you can't. That's like aborting up until and after delivery, which is.
Yeah, but there's a difference.
California that approved that.
Yeah, but well, once again, that's the headline, but it's once again it's very nuanced. It's something you've got to read into and read deeply before you can really comment on it in a factual way. But
it's a difficult subject.
Yeah, it
but
is.
We don't shy away from difficulty here.
And people will say, "Well, you shouldn't be discussing this because you're men." No, but what we are saying is we don't want to control women.
Yeah, well, you know what? I mean, I'm happy to have a discussion if you want to bring some women on, and we can do that at a later date.
I think we're quite entitled to have this discussion because ultimately we are parents, right? First of all, we are parents, and second of all, we are not coming from the position of we want to control what a woman does. We are just giving our own view and opinion and saying, ultimately, I think I can speak for us both here when I say. You should have the right to choose, because if you didn't have the right to choose, then we would be absolutely hypocrites when we start calling bodily autonomy on other things, right?
Yeah, and I think someone like Lawrence Fox oversteps the mark because what he's done is he's put his own thoughts out there, right, which is fine generally, but when you have the reach of a celebrity, albeit a B-rated one, right? But when you have that reach, then you have to temper what you're going to say. And that's why it really, really pisses me off when you see all these A-list celebrities coming out and in support of things that they actually know nothing about.
You know what I got?
And that can be anything from, jabs to climates. And, when they know nothing about it, keep your fucking mouth shut. Especially when you've got the kind of reach that can cause people to make decisions that aren't going to benefit themselves. And that goes down the lines of people going through transformations, shall we say, So keep your mouth shut and just stop it, because it's not big and it's not clever, and we don't thank you for it, and we don't like you for it. We really don't.
No, do you know what? Now that I've got a reach back, right? I do have a reach back with over 10,000 people following what I put out, and you saw instantly thousands of people started watching videos again and stuff like that, right? Yeah. My friend actually popped up to me and she said to me, temper what you say. Just temper what you say, because.
Well, I mean, the thing is, we don't need to say we are a different channel from when we started, because we aren't doing the things that we started for, because, I mean, your initial channel was called Dissent Media, and my initial channel was Chasing Liberty, because I was looking for liberty, but we aren't doing that anymore.
We're creating liberty.
Merged. Well, yeah, but we're not even doing that. Now we're reporting on the world, and really, that's what we want to do. All we want to do is tell you the truth that's happening out there. Yes, we will give you our opinion on it. Okay, but we are not picking up a sword and leading a charge.
No.
We're not doing that.
No, we're not.
And we're not doing that because we really are an equal opportunity mocker.
Yeah, we are. We mock them all.
We'll mock both sides.
Do you know what? We should get a Pokeball from Pokemon, one with a red top and a blue bottom, and just start sitting there going, "Gotta mock them all, gotta mock them all."
You could do that.
I could do
if
that.
You wish.
I could do that. Somebody could buy me a Pokeball because I'm fucking skint. But other than that, I could do that.
What about the thought crime? What thought crime?
Well, I guess the idea of thought crime, which is something that we are experiencing in this country. People are being arrested for their thoughts. People are being arrested for their opinion.
Yeah. Is that the thing was covered at the start?
Maybe. maybe, John. Do you know what? I'm in space right now. I'm in.
Are you done, mate?
I think I want to start winding it down and then just go and pound a bunch of Red Bull, and maybe have a round or two and then go to sleep. I think that's what I want to do.
Well, you know what? See, if you're tired and you want to go to sleep, don't go and play Fortnite because you'll stimulate your brain and you won't sleep.
Maybe. Thank you.
I know you're going to disregard my advice,
100%,
right? But if you actually want to get some sleep, don't fucking go for stimulation in front of a blue screen and then try and say, oh, I couldn't sleep again last night.
I don't know, actually. Do you want to know why? I'm going to push back on you a little bit because Vaughan was playing with us the other night and then he just went silent, didn't he?
Yeah, but I think that wasn't anything to do with the fact of him playing. I think it was the fact that he was so tired that he actually did zonk out. I tell you what, let's start to wind it down, right?
Yeah.
And Artifacting Reality's right. Cut out the fucking caffeine drinks.
It's the last one. I haven't got any more.
Yeah, okay. But that caffeine's going to course through your system for the next 2 or 3 hours.
And
anyway.
The 2 or 3 coffees I'll have as well.
Pardon me. Sophie Corcoran.
What about
favourite redhead. Not.
What about her? What's she done now?
Well, she really annoys me at times, and then she comes up with things that are quite sensible because... I mean, last night at something like 11:30, she puts a random tweet out saying, I don't know what eggnog is, right? And it's like, for fuck's sake, you grew up with Google. I mean, what would it take you? It's 6 letters into Google, eggnog. And it will tell you everything you need to know about eggnog, and then some, right? So why would you put a tweet out unless you're attention-seeking? Right, and yes, she got my attention. I'm guilty. I said sorry. Well, someone said.
Oh, it was
sorry.
fucking you, John.
Sorry.
Just stop saying this. They know. They know it's you. Jesus Christ, you've slipped up so many fucking times.
I know. Sorry, you've confused me with fucking Google. Right. Anyway, but then she puts out a tweet today. Okay. A new study found that exercising almost any amount reduced people's risks of being hospitalised or dying off the cuff.
Well,
so why then did we close gyms, ban grassroots sports and chain up children's playgrounds? Now, that's right, okay, but the problem is we didn't need a new study because that was known before any lockdown. Before the cuff was even discovered. We knew that keeping fit and exercising prevented you getting all sorts of different diseases and viruses.
I mean, let me just put myself up as a prime example here. I am full of cold and I am full of bugs and I don't do any fucking exercise, John.
Yeah, okay, but the thing is, because she said a new study, they just pile on her and say, yeah, well, we didn't know that 2 years ago. Yes, we did. We did know that 2 years ago, and we knew that it was wrong to close gyms.
I mean, I've got it here.
To close playgrounds and to stop people going outside. We knew that was wrong.
Here we go. Look, a new study found that exercising almost any amount reduced people's risks of being hospitalised or dying of the COVID. So why did we close the gyms, ban grassroots sports, and chain up children's playgrounds? What about the science? You missed TM off the science there.
Yeah, she did. Well, she can't. Yeah, she did.
Shut up already. It's science.
But yeah, she framed that badly, so she's got a lot to learn. She has a lot to. Apparently, she's going to Australia next year anyway, isn't she?
One can hope so.
Aye, she's doing some sort of university swap thing. She's got a year in Australia. Let's see how that goes.
I mean, I'm not going to say it, but that's kind of good news.
Well, you'll miss her tweets because she'll be 12 hours out.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah, we don't get a big Australian audience because well, let's face it, Australia's the fucking arse end of the universe anyway, isn't it?
Well, also, let's face it. No, this is just good news.
Yeah.
This is just
And
good
you know
news.
What? I think with that kind of good news, Ben, I think it's time for you to say goodnight. And I know it's been a short one.
Yeah.
And it's been a bit disappointing for me because I really, really like this show.
I know, and I really do want to. I do want to do. Okay,
Ben's not at his best.
I'll make you an offer.
What's your offer, big boy?
You want to do the second half tomorrow?
Okay, well, we'll see how you are, right? We won't promise anything, but we'll see how you are.
Mm-hmm.
We might do something.
Well, Trudy asked for a Christmas sing-along. I'm just really not in the state to do it today.
No, he's not. He's not doing anything more.
No.
Saying good night.
We
do love you, people.
We do.
And if we don't see you before Christmas, have a very Merry Christmas.
I'm assuming Vaughan gave us a donation because he says turn the klaxon on next time.
Well, where's the thing? It's not even up.
No, I can't see it. It's open and active on the thing, but it's not there
on the screen. I can't see it.
So no, it's active within OBS, right? So it's on top. It's the top layout on top of everything. It's no image. It's disappeared.
So what? You'll need to redo things. You've obviously screwed things up and mucking about for your music show.
So, I didn't touch that.
Ben, hold on a minute. Did you change anything in OBS?
Screens, no. Just built a new scene.
No. Answer that question. Did you change absolutely anything in OBS?
All I did.
That. Yes or no? Did you change anything in OBS?
Just turned off some audio filters.
Right, there you go. So you know better than anything that anything that you do in OBS can result in a fucking complete meltdown of the entire product.
That's true.
And you're having to start from scratch.
That's fucking true. That's true. I mean, for those of you who don't do this, right? OBS, open broadcast software. It may be free. It may be really, really feature rich.
But you get what you pay for.
You do get what you pay for. You do get what you pay for. It is, unfortunately, a pile of absolute wank at the best of times. If they could give me a version of this that actually worked, I would be happy to pay for it. With money I don't have, obviously, but I would be happy to pay for it. But I have enjoyed this little Friday night discussion. I know it's not been as lively as usual, and that is my fault, but we are here. I did come along. I did show up. I said I would do the work, and I'd get it all set up and registered and ready to go, and I fucking did it. Right?
So I apologise for the lack of klaxon and reading out your message, Vaughan. I and Ben appreciate anything that you've done for us.
And do you know what?
As you well know.
I even had a fucking bath for these ball bags before this show.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to come here with the way I've been. I showed up.
Right. Okay, for fuck's sake. Are you going for the second hour? Or are you?
Just want a little bit of fucking gratitude, John. That's all.
I gave you gratitude. So I'd like to thank you, Ben, for attending this.
You're very welcome, John.
Friday nights.
You can't do it without me, and you fucking know it.
Friday nights all in with John and Ben. Just John and Ben.
Adam!
Where's Adam?
Adam! But still, even though it's been slightly more muted than usual, it has indeed been great.
For you.
Christmas, the Christmas tree's on fire. Santa's holding the lighter. My parents are both liars. I got gifts but 1 subscribers. Thanks for the candy basket. Oh God, another jacket. My stocking's filled with acid. Am I dreaming? What just happened?